What is up, awesome people of the internet? Guys, the title of this is, true according to Shams. It has been revealed that A'ja Wilson has won yet another MVP. Shams posted on Twitter about 30 minutes ago, says, breaking Las Vegas Aces star A'ja Wilson has won the 2025 WNBA MVP, becoming the first player in league history to win the honor 4 times, sources tell ESPN. So the news is out. Now, the WNBA probably did not want the news to come out this early, right? They wanted to have their whole rollout thing. But it's out there. It's out there about A'ja Wilson winning the MVP. And guys, I thought she was going to win it. And she did win it. Because when we look at this season, from beginning to end, the best player has been A'ja Wilson. Now, no, has she been on the best team? She has not been on the best teams. But the Aces have surged. They surged into second place, right? And by far, in my opinion, she has been the best player in the WNBA, the best player in the world for, several years now? Duh. There was a battle, of course, between A'ja and Napheesa Collier. But truly, yes, Napheesa's fantastic. But what A'ja Wilson has done has just been insane this year. Now, of course, if you're comparing A'ja to A'ja in years past, you could figure out ways to nitpick, kinda. Not really, but, if you want to figure out something out, you can probably figure out something to do, to nitpick. But if you're comparing her to everybody who played this season, she's the MVP. This season, A'ja Wilson averaged 23.4 points a game, 10.2 rebounds a game, 3.1 assists per game, 1.6 steals per game, and 2.3 blocks per game. There is nobody better than that in the WNBA. Nobody. Now, we have not seen the way the votes went, right? We don't know if this was an overwhelming victory or a underwhelming victory. We don't know. We're waiting. We're going to wait for that probably in the next couple of hours. We're going to find out specifically where the votes lied. But we do know now, according to Shams, that A'ja Wilson has won the MVP. Again, she is the first player in league history to be named the WNBA MVP 4 times. And guys, barring no major injury from A'ja Wilson, it's going to be 5, and it's probably going to be 6. Chanel says Shams is wrong for that. He could have let the WNBA have their moment, but nonetheless, let's go A'ja. Yeah, I don't know. I just find it very strange that we have these non-WNBA people breaking stuff. Why couldn't? Here's the thing. Shams works for ESPN. I don't know. Couldn't Malika Andrews' sister have broke that I forgot her name, but she's doing WNBA coverage. Couldn't she have broken that? Couldn't somebody in the WNBA sphere on ESPN have broken that news about A'ja Wilson? Shams couldn't have been the only one who knew. Right? I wish it was from somebody else. Some WNBA insider or just commentator on ESPN. Because if Shams knew, I'm sure other people must have known as well. I'm just saying, I wish it was somebody else. Zimbo, thank you so much for the super chat, says, I feel a way about Shams dropping the news. He rarely drops news on the W, and it kind of ruins it. It is kind of a bummer. I just got to say, it is kind of a bummer that, he broke it. Now, sure, we know the information now, so at the end of the day, the information is the information. But at the same time, it does feel weird that like occasionally he drops something or occasionally Ramona Shelburne drops something, though it seems like Ramona is getting more and more into the WNBA. I don't know. But with the occasional drops of like random news, it always is just a little weird that like, why can't somebody else drop the information? Now again, Shams is, I guess, he's getting paid a lot of money, and that's what he does. He drops random information, but usually about the NBA, not the WNBA, and so that's a thing. But yeah, the news is out about A'ja Wilson. She has won another one. Another MVP, guys. Also this year, she was named the co-defensive player of the year. And honestly, she should have just been the outright defensive player of the year. But shout out to Atlanta Smith, because Atlanta Smith has been amazing. Has been flat out amazing on the defensive end. But yeah. And remember, guys, remember, A'ja Wilson is 29 years old. That girl is 29 years old. Years young, I guess I should say. Right? This season, A'ja Wilson averaged less points per game than last year. She played in less minutes than last year. She averaged less rebounds than last year. She averaged less steals than last year. She averaged less blocks than last year. And still, this year, compared to everybody else in the WNBA, she has been better than everybody else. Even though she hasn't been better than herself last year. It's just crazy how it's like she really is in a battle between herself, not everybody else. Like, it's just, dog. It's just crazy. Again, 23.4 points a game, 10.2 rebounds a game, 3.1 assists per game, 1.6 steals per game, 2.3 blocks per game. Leading the Las Vegas Aces to the second seed in the playoffs with a record of 30 wins, 14 losses. Horrible start by the Las Vegas Aces, but they were able to get it together, closing out the season on a 16-game winning streak. Tied for second largest in WNBA history. I mean, yeah. Also, random news that, is less important, but still something to be interested in. This is the second year in a row that A'ja Wilson has gotten the scoring title for the WNBA. And she didn't get the rebounding title because that went to Angel Reese. But A'ja Wilson was second in rebounding for the league. She was also first when it came to blocks in the league, and fourth when it came to steals in the WNBA. Yeah. A'ja Wilson on top, can't take her spot. That's basically what it is. That's the news. All right. That is the news. And A'ja Wilson is expected to get her MVP trophy today before the Las Vegas Aces versus Indiana Fever game. And so we'll see her hoist the trophy up, and it'll be officially official. Okay. But the news has broken thanks to Shams, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. Yeah. Shout out to A'ja Wilson. I mean, also shout out to Nafisa Collier, because truly, if it wasn't for Nafisa Collier's injury, I think it gets way closer. I think it gets way closer. Okay, because remember, on I believe it was August 2nd of 2025, Nafisa Collier ended up getting hurt. It was actually a game against the Aces where Nafisa Collier was in the game longer than in hindsight, yeah, she shouldn't have been in. But at the time, I get why she was still in. It was a blowout, but she was still in the game. Hurt her ankle. and she was out for 7 straight games. Nafisa missed 7 straight games due to a ankle injury, and during that time, the aces went off. A'ja Wilson went off. Several 30-point games for A'ja Wilson, leading her team again to a 16-point winning streak to end the regular season. And with that, we did see Nafisa Collier come back, and we did see Nafisa healthy face off against the aces again, and that was seen as a battle between of like whoever wins this battle individually between Nafisa and A'ja is going to determine the MVP. And in that game, A'ja Wilson just outperformed Nafisa Collier, and to me that helped to shore up the MVP vote for A'ja Wilson. And yeah, she won. She won. Okay, she won. Before the season started, ESPN ended up ranking A'ja as the number 1 best player in the WNBA coming into this season. When the season started, Nafisa Collier had a really good start to the season, right? Dropping some big buckets. Right? As the season kind of went on, the Lynx showed themselves as by far the best team in the W, and everybody else was trying to catch up. A'ja Wilson was doing her thing. However, her team was kind of floundering and not doing so great. And in July, there started to be a lot of conversation about Nafisa Collier being the better player and overtaking A'ja Wilson. In August, Nafisa Collier gets hurt in a blowout of the Las Vegas Aces. And as August kept continuing to go, we saw big night after big night after big night by A'ja Wilson. Right? We saw her score 30-point bucket after 30-point bucket after 30-point bucket. Several of them in the month of August. Right? And then, finally, September 4th, the Aces took on the Minnesota Lynx when Nafisa Collier came back. And A'ja Wilson, basically, it was like child's play. A'ja Wilson dominated. Okay? 31 points, 12 of 15 from the field, right? 8 rebounds. While Nafisa, in that same matchup, just had 12 points, 6 rebounds. Like, the Aces ended up taking down the Minnesota Lynx. And to me, that clinched MVP for A'ja. But anyway, guys, I got to go. I got to get to church. I just wanted to make this quick video to let you all know that A'ja Wilson on top, and you can't take her spot. Okay? Love her or hate her, A'ja Wilson's phenomenal. And now she is MVFO. All right. I'll see y'all in the next one. See y'all in a couple hours. All right. Share this. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. All right. Bye-bye.